As I get older, I am starting to see surveys and not double-blind clinical trials as the epitome of evidence. And this is an excellent survey on cannabis for migraines. And I think it's like getting 1,000 of your uncles and aunties together and asking them what worked. I'm Lex Pelger. I do Canna Education for CV Sciences, the makers of Plus CBD, who has excellent CBD and THC products can help you with head pain. The first thing to know about migraines and cannabis is that this goes far back into history and in Western medicine as well. There is Dr. John Russell Reynolds, who was the personal physician to Queen Victoria, who wrote a lot about cannabis. And he was one of the most influential medical practitioners of his day. And he wrote, "For migraines, very many victims of this malady have for years kept their sufferings in abeyance by taking hemp at the moment of threatening or onset of the attack." And we have data from other doctors at the time that concur. In this study, it was a survey of 1,300 patients at a tertiary headache care center. And tertiary care is, primary care is when you go to the hospital, secondary care is when you get a specialist, tertiary care is a whole center for the people who really have so much trouble getting treated for whatever this center is focused on. Of these 1,300 patients, they said their primary reasons for using cannabis were for pain and for sleep. The most popular cannabinoid profile they used was a mix of THC and CBD, and their two primary ingestion methods were vaporizing or edibles. And vaporizing is great for acute flare-ups, and edibles, such as oils and capsules, are good for chronic, more long-term relief over the course of the day. And according to these patients, their list of symptomatic relief is impressive. 78% experienced reductions in migraine intensity, 73% had reduced duration, and 62% had reduced frequency of migraines. More than half saw declines in nausea, which is another common symptom. 81% had less sleep disturbances. 71% had less anxiety, which is something commonly happens if you're worried about getting another migraine. 57% reported less depression. And very intriguingly, almost half said they used less of other medications, and 14% completely eliminated the other medications that they were using. For the timings of how they used it, 58% said they only use it when they were experiencing a migraine or a headache, while 42% said that they use it as a daily prophylactic to keep the migraines away. Of the 20% who reported side effects, the most common was fatigue. So there's lots of preclinical data in mice to back this up. There's other clinical studies. There is reports all throughout human history. But I think this survey is one of the best ways of showing it. You have 1,300 patients, and the vast majority said that this helped them in a large variety of ways.